All right, all right. Welcome, 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 welcome. Oh, I love your. Y'all say hello to the diva, the RN Diva.
Here I am.
Listen,
Hello,
we still.
folks.
Excuse me. Oh, where'd that
I'd
come
like to
from?
put a disclaimer out there to you Northerners. I'm gonna need y'all to come down here and get y'all weather, because I don't know what y'all doing up there. Maybe y'all. I'm gonna need you to come get your weather because
I
we're
know
not.
that's right.
What we're not gonna do is act like we asked for it. I don't mind rain. Bring me a little rain, but come down here and get your little stank cold weather. Now I do have weather. I do have cold weather gear. You understand?
Yeah.
But I don't need you leaving me stuff that I didn't ask for. Thank you and good night. Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Real Talk with the RN Diva Pastor Robert. I'm Pastor Robert, and that is the RN
Lauren
Diva.
Diva. She's here.
And court is now in session. This is an abbreviated version tonight because we're gonna end it when it's because I know all of you are gonna tune that are viewing live. You're gonna tune out and go watch the State of the Union address. So we're gonna cut off when that
Not
happens.
everybody. Praise
Not
the Lord.
everybody. However, for those of you watching us on Rumble and X, I'll be streaming over there and giving commentary during the State of the Union address. I think one time he went like almost 2 hours. So we'll see. But anyway, we're going to have a couple of stories tonight, just a couple of things. An update on the young man. There was a young man that breached security at Mar-a-Lago this weekend, and he's no longer around. So we don't have to do that story. You know, when you breach security with a gun and a gas can, you know what happens to you. Pew
I want
pew.
to talk about the gas can though. But I
You
do
want to talk
want
about
to
the
I
gas can?
mean,
Be careful.
what
Be careful. Be careful.
I
Be
was just gonna
careful.
ask,
We'll be monitored.
was it a full gas can or
A full gas can and a shotgun. He breached the perimeter at Mar-a-Lago about
maybe he
1:30 in the
was trying to
morning.
camp out?
He gonna have all the fire he wants to in hell.
Oh, what you say?
He with the hell with gasoline draws on.
That's
but
terrible.
no, but he has to be
Bless
something
him
wrong with him though.
heart.
Yeah, bless him hard because he has to be 21 years old. Had to be all the way from North Carolina, so something had to be wrong with him. Yeah, his parents were looking for him, and they put up, they did a missing person. So, and look what he went. Look,
Oh,
he gave his life. He wasted his life to go try to take somebody else's life.
well,
Mm. Anyway, but anyway, it's one
does
of
he have a
our
GoFund? Do they have a GoFundMe for him?
no, because them folk have insurance. But anyway, did I say that? Did I say that?
You
We're
did.
already starting. We're already starting off raw
I didn't
tonight.
say
But
nothing.
look,
I just was asking about the gas can.
yeah, but what about the gas can? Because see, you did
I
what I
wanted to know
told you
if it
about.
was full.
Oh yeah, but see, here's the thing about it. When you asked me Sunday morning, what race the person was, but by the time you got it out, you
I
kind
already
of,
knew.
yeah. You know, we don't, we ain't gonna go like that now. it does
We.
remind me. It does remind me of this Richard Pryor joke when he went there. And
Uh-oh.
he went and he pew pewed everybody in the house. And so they said one of his friends with the police said, "Man, why you?" Because he's mad at his woman. He said, "Man, why you kill everybody in the house?" He said, "Because they all was there." Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you an update on the
Do
Michael
not
Jordan Daytona
quit your
5
day job. I mean it.
the Michael Jordan Daytona 500 celebration moment. We're going to have an update on that. He had a championship win. The cameras were rolling. Confetti was fine. But then Michael did something that, of course, the internet just went crazy. And I must give you props. The RN Diva tried. She tried to, you know, fix it and defend him.
I
But
tried to save him.
yeah, you did. You really did. You really did. And then we're going to talk about something. We're going to let the RN Diva talk about the stuff that matters. There's something called candy, poison in your candy. Poison in your candy. And this story, Diva, almost makes me depressed because many of the candies that were listed on this list are some of my favorites. And
But
you
we're
know,
gonna get into that because the way they used to be made is different than how they're made now.
Yeah. So listen, y'all, if you found our conversations in this short edition tonight of the podcast, don't insult your intelligence. Do me a favor right now. Like the stream, share it with somebody who needs balanced perspective. And if you're listening on replay, rate and review us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Audible, and YouTube Music. Wherever you get your podcasts, that's how independent voices grow without asking permission. And so now I bring to you the woman who doesn't just bring opinions, she brings clinical receipts with over 30 years in healthcare, combat veteran, sharp as a scalpel, and twice as precise. Ladies and gentlemen, the RN Diva.
I was wondering who you were hyping up. Like, what?
I'm your hype man. I'm your hype man.
Oh my goodness, that was lovely.
Thanks very much.
Listen. Can you put up on the screen the candies? So they can see.
Yeah, we're gonna go right.
Do you have any of the candies? Because listen.
Yes, I do have the screen. Yeah,
folks, they're trying to kill us. They trying to kill us. All the candies. I was talking to someone new the other day. I don't know. You might be a keeper.
It's a new season. It's a new season.
I'm just saying. So him and I were talking. We were talking about old school candies. And let me tell you something. If you can't find your favorite candy from back in the day, call my sister. 9 times out of 10, she got it in her purse. I'm telling you. My sister, well, you know it's the truth. Shame the devil.
Yes, true. It's true. It's true. It's true.
So
it's true.
What was your favorite?
Boston baked beans.
We just talked about that. We just talked about Boston baked beans.
Now latest. Not now and latest. Now
I didn't realize until I was older that it was actually now and later.
Yeah. Now and later. Let's watch this. This is an interesting situation because what happens is, let me lay it out for you. Bright rappers, cartoon mascots, Halloween buckets, birthday parties, and now questions about toxins, Diva. Now, before anybody accuses me of fearmonger, let me be precise. The issue isn't the candy is unhealthy because we kind of knew the candy is unhealthy.
Right, we know that.
We already know that.
We know that.
The issue is the exposure thresholds, cumulative intake, developing bodies, and what happens when trace amounts become routine consumption. So when the state of Florida publicly raises concerns, that deserves examination. So what happened was our First Lady of Florida, Casey DeSantis, in the Florida Department of Health, they took some of the favorite candies and they ran some research on them. And I tell you, they found out what was really is more than chocolate and more than sugar. And so I wasn't a happy camera. Let's watch this report. She did an interview, and this is fair usage on Fox News. Let's play this story right here. And so it is, and we'll be right back.
Florida Department of Health testing 46 candy products from 10 different companies, finding 28 had elevated levels of arsenic. 26 of the candies coming from very popular brands, things that our children are reaching for in the grocery store. This research is the next step in the state's Healthy Florida First initiative to bring transparency back to the grocery store.
Florida's closed, by the way.
There's a reasonable expectation that our food supply, especially foods marketed to children, should not contain toxic chemicals. In 26 of the 33 traditional candy brands tested, arsenic was detected at elevated levels.
Well, here to tell us more is Florida's First Lady, Casey DeSantis. Great to have you with us, First Lady.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning. I love this initiative because you started with baby formulas. And if you go on your website, which we'll give to the folks at home, you can see which baby formulas have things like mercury in it, have things like arsenic. And now you're focusing on the candies. Great job at the press conference yesterday. Tell us what your findings are.
Thank you. Yeah, well, we're finding you're right. We started with a baby formula. We found 16 of 24 baby formulas had elevated levels of arsenic, lead, cadmium, and mercury. And we said from the beginning, we're going to keep testing things in the food supply. So our next step is into the candy. And you revealed the results of that. Elevated level of arsenic, sometimes 30 and 40 times what other foods might presumably have. So it's very problematic that we're finding it. And also that consumers don't know that it's there, that parents don't know when they're going and they're giving their kids Nerds or Twix or what have you, that there's arsenic in it. And obviously arsenic in aggregate can be a big problem, especially for little kids.
Yeah, you talked about that yesterday. You said it could cause developmental impacts, effect on the immune system, and cancer even later in life. Before we get to the good candies, tell us some examples of what you found in the bad candies.
Yeah, so 20 and 40 times the amount of arsenic that we might find in other candies, right? And so this is problematic. But here's the thing. When you look at it, the context and perspective is really important. And our Surgeon General said it's not necessarily just one individual piece of candy. It's when you're eating a lot of it. So let me give you a definition of what a lot is. For Nerds, if you're consuming more than 96 Nerds, that is more than what you should be consuming in a year as it pertains to arsenic consumption. So kids aren't eating just 96 Nerds. When you think about a box typically has 2,000 Nerds in it, or one of those big boxes that you might get at a movie theater that has 8,000 Nerds. So 96, I mean, they're going to eat more than that. And then you look at arsenic in aggregate. So you look at Twix and another, Milky Way or what have you, and it starts to add up, and you're going well beyond what the Florida Department of Health would say is a safe level of arsenic, for a year.
Can you give us some more examples of what really stood out to you?
The whole. Yeah, well, the Nerds was a big one because that's something that my daughter eats a lot of. And now that, we're not going to do. Exposingfoodtoxins.com has all of the candies on there where you can get the specific information. But I have the sheet in front of me, like Sweet Tarts, Gummy Bears, Jolly Ranchers. If you eat more than 6 of the little Jolly Ranchers over the course of a year, that is exceeding the allowable threshold of arsenic in a year for children. Twizzlers, Kit Kats. Now, some of the better ones were Twix and Milky Way and Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. And so that's the other thing, too. So what are we doing? We're trying to raise awareness, right, about these toxic chemicals being in food, but also highlighting the fact that there's a better way to do it. If some of these companies can do it without putting arsenic in the food, then the other companies should follow suit.
Well, Diva, here you go.
That ain't the. No.
Here we go. Look at that. There you go. There goes some of the. You need me to blow that up a little bit for you.
No, I got it here. I have it here. So, so we're looking at arsenic, but before I go any further, just a disclaimer. Arsenic is pretty much in everything. There was a time when there's arsenic in brown rice. So I can honestly say, unless you're completely going natural, you're growing your own stuff and your own food, and you're never going to eat candy, or you're never going to drink a soda, or you're never going to never, you're going to run across arsenic somewhere because it's in everything. What was the brown rice and chicken breast kick everybody was on? So if
brown
you
rice is healthy for you, right?
Right.
Isn't that healthy? Okay.
Well, I'm not eating it. I don't like brown rice. I'd rather just stick with the white rice. But,
that's racist.
Pick your poison.
That's racist.
Pick your poison. Okay, so some of the examples that they gave was, Black Forest gummies. Now, gummy bears. I've been on a gummy bear. 370 grams. Is it grams? Or is it parts per? I can't see that. Was it parts per what?
Let me see here. 300. What's that? Which one are we looking at? The Black Forest?
Yeah. What is it under the red tab? What does that say? Parts per what?
I can't see. Parts per bag. That's right.
Per bag.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 370 in a Black Forest gummy bears. Those are supposed to be good for you, better for you than your regular gummy bears. Laffy Taffy, 480. Nerds, the grape ones, 380. The strawberry ones, and so this is where it kicks it up. The strawberry ones is 450, and you know what that's from? That's from the red dye,
which is really bad for you.
The gummy cluster, 500. I've been guilty of that. There was a time when I had like 3 or 4 bags in my desk in the office because I have issues. Sweet Tarts has 400. Sweet Tarts the Rope, 390. Give me something. Okay, let's dive into some Hershey chocolate.
Yeah, right here. The Hershey. You see the Hershey?
None. None.
Okay, well, see, good.
But
See, I got
the
the
Hershey's
right
cookies
name.
and cream is 280. So you know where it's coming from. Okay.
Right. You know what's
Jolly
you know what's in
Rancher hard
Oreos.
candy. This is
You
where
know
I'm
what's in
gonna get
Oreos. This is where you were. What's in Oreos? We found that out.
right.
Yeah.
The trans fat in Oreos.
Yeah.
They tried to fix that, and then we're right back to where we started. Jolly Rancher hard candy, sour apple 540, strawberry 320. Reese's peanut butter cups are so good when they're frozen. None. Whoppers. None. I don't like Whoppers. Twizzlers. Now, this is where my brother Xavier's going to get in trouble because he will eat a pound and a half of Twizzlers and then has the body that he does. I really want to push him down some stairs. But anyway, strawberry, Twizzlers, 500. I need to call him tonight. Cherry, 350. Watermelon, 510. You know, we like the watermelon.
Watermelon.
The watermelon. Okay, so let's see the and 570 for Tootsie Fruit, the Tootsie Roll, little, Tootsie Rolls, little itty bitty ones, but these are the fruit flavors. The lime one is 570.
Wow.
So when you start getting into, there's a bar called the Unreal Dark Chocolate, Unreal Coconut Bar, Unreal Dark Chocolate. They're all zeros. But I can imagine what it's being replaced with. There's something else that you're not testing in these bars. All this that it's good for you. I guarantee you that there's something in there that's not good for you, but they're just not focusing on that. They're focusing on the arsenic. Maybe it's the trans fat. So you can take this, however.
So can I eat this?
Eat it, because nobody else is going to eat it. So you could take it to say, okay, should we eat in moderation, or should we completely just take it out and never deal with it ever again in life?
Well, I say start off eating in moderation and then wean yourself while you find other more organic and healthier and more natural replacements. You can't go cold. You can't go cold turkey. Can't go cold turkey.
That was a good one, cuz, but that's a whole bunch of hoppycock. Because I'm not going to look. Listen, if it's not the real deal, I'll pass.
Okay. Well, I mean, that I can understand that. I can understand that. But I mean, some of these, sometimes you go. I stopped at 7-Eleven on the way home and got me the big.
I saw that mess.
And so, with a nice cold, ice cold Pepsi.
Oh,
thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Glory. And what happened, I felt that. But then when I was passing the table coming from the fountain thing, that's when I saw these were on sale for 97 cents,
Oh, dear. Where was that?
7-Eleven.
Good old 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven. They had a whole, so I haven't had this white Snickers bar.
Because
I'm not racist. So,
ain't nothing with a little white chocolate in your life. There's nothing wrong with a little white chocolate in your life.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not going to be bothered with you. I'm not.
But anyway, so these were 97 cents. I didn't need this, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go, when we get through, I'm going to go put these in the freezer.
Yes.
And right before, when I get through talking to my friend tonight, then right before, then I'm
you sound like you might have a crush or something.
And so I'm gonna have this with little Mr. Goodbar, because I'm a Mr. Goodbar. But anyway, seriously, but
I can't take him nowhere.
Sexual chocolate. Listen.
My God. So we can take this with a grain of salt, or we can go and just cut it out completely. And what happens when you do that and you cut things out of your diet, like, cold turkey is when you crave it the most. So good luck with that. Let me know how that works out for you.
Well, I lost weight. But I've started gaining a little bit back.
Did you?
Wow.
I ain't say that.
Oh, you act like I was a fat Baptist preacher.
Well, you and the Giga Monster. Oh,
oops. Lift your hand and tell God thank you for deliverance. But anyway,
amen.
Good evening, twin. That's from Zuby.
Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Hey, baby.
But look here, Auntie Nancy.
Auntie Nancy, follow the money. I bet if you look at who is supporting Santos, then we'll see why they are doing.
DeSantis. Okay.
What we call him? What we call him?
Satan.
The sanctimonium.
The sanctimonious. Ron the sanctimonious.
Yeah.
But yeah, so follow the money. Yeah, because that is kind of
Always.
interesting. It was kind of random, you know, like, okay, just you're coming out of office this year,
Yeah.
2026, all of a sudden now you want to, you know, so.
Well, recently I just heard that the FBIC went to the different companies and was telling them that they had to take the chemicals out of their product, and pretty much when they didn't, he didn't force the issue.
Right.
You know what the FBIC is, right?
Yeah. The FDIC?
FBIC, Fat Bastard in Charge.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just saying. So, you know, we're trying to regulate food and things of that sort. But if you don't keep your finger on the pulse, if you don't keep your finger on the trigger, then it's not going to get done. You can say one week that you want something changed, and if you don't put, you know, some getting active with it, it's going to go back to what was making the money. You just have to pay attention, and I don't think that the FBIC will do that. But needless to say, we're going to keep an eye on it because we got kids that are coming up with deformities. I think that the one thing that bothers me the most, and I mentioned this, I don't know if I mentioned it to Auntie Nanti, but I think the first thing that people are diagnosing these children with now is autism. Oh, he's on the spectrum, and this isn't. But listen, remember years ago when we were coming up, it wasn't autism. It was ADHD. Well, it was ADD first, and then they decided they want to start adding letters.
Well,
remember, everybody had ADD, and then they had to put you
when we were growing up. When we were growing up.
Yes, when we were growing up, there's something wrong with him. There was, remember this?
Yeah, but they didn't call it that. They just say he was a special. But they told
he was special. He had to stay in that one class all day long.
Yeah. But no, really. But it was after we started growing. That's when they started the ADD.
Right. Okay. Well, maybe a little bit after. Maybe once we started getting into high school, they started putting labels on these children. This is the problem: putting labels on these children. Right. You know they sitting in the classroom all the periods of the day, and then they get released early. We know that. We don't need you to put a label on them. Stop it.
We used to do this all the time.
Gary.
Yeah, but now all the guys on the street corners, they do that now.
It is
Who knew?
Exactly. It's a, you know what it is? It's a self-soothing maneuver. That's what they do. It's self-soothing. They don't realize they're having any type of inner turmoil and anxiety.
I see that. That was like Carrie Mackey was doing
it for years.
I used to children.
I used to smack his hand. Stop it, because it used to get on my nerves.
Yeah,
but that's what they're doing now, and it's self-soothing. That's what they're doing.
But see, now that they see somebody doing this, they'll diagnose them and give them a pill.
You know, and let me tell you something. A pill at this point in my life and in my career, I say go look for a natural remedy. See, do your research before you settle. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
These doctors are on the take. These doctors got these.
Yeah. Thank you.
They're coming in. Somebody comes in. Some drug rep comes in, and they're pushing. You know, you got legal drug pushers coming into the doctor's office, and whatever they offer them, whatever kickback is what everybody that comes in after that is going to be prescribed. That's BS. That's a hot, funky mess. And from the beginning of my career, I used to be like, wow, that's bizarre. Now it's like, oh, this is full on drug pushing.
Yep.
And these drug reps make 6 or 7 figures. Make it make sense.
Yeah. So, You have to be careful. You really need to from everything because we're finding out over here in America, we just ain't doing stuff right. Even with
We
the
are
e-file,
not.
even with the e-files, folk over there in Europe getting arrested, people resigning. One
And they
guy
over
tried to
here
commit suicide,
still trying to
and
color in the
we
lines.
and we not even arresting nobody. Cash Patel, the FBI director, he was with the hockey team when they won the night. He over there. Man, can't you get some handcuffs, man? Arrest somebody.
You know, what do you actually need to happen in order to arrest somebody? They are literally, they were dicking these girls down. You mean to tell me that you don't think that, you don't believe them?
Cannibalism.
Bruh,
More stuff is
miss me
coming
with
out.
that. Listen, the fact that they're not arresting anybody is bad. But the fact that you don't see the need to protect young girls,
America has
you
lost.
need to be arrested. Arrest your
America has
damn self.
lost it.
Whoop your own ass. That's what they need to do. Period. And that's on everything I love.
Yep.
I couldn't pay nobody to come near my nieces or my nephews.
Ooh.
It'll be a shootout at the OK Corral.
Yep. Just go on it. Just go on it. You know. Just.
Because what are we
I'll be
waiting
like
on,
this.
bro?
I'll be like this. No, because we're
What
covering
are
up
we
for everybody.
waiting on?
We're
Are
covering up
we
for everybody.
waiting before it's primetime television? We need to put it on TV. We need to put it at the Super Bowl, put it in the Super Bowl halftime show.
You know why it is? It's too many people, even some of the news people, some of the corporate people. It's too many people that's in the public eye that's in it. So they
On the
all cover
list.
it.
I don't
Yeah.
care. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
So listen,
So
ladies
we
and
need to
gentlemen.
go about it another way. If
Yeah.
we need to leak it, let's leak it.
And what's going to have to happen? There's going to have to be a revolution. This is from the people. It's going to come from the bottom.
Absolutely.
From people. And a revolution for our health. We have to start taking care of ourselves. We have to start making demands. We have to start making, and that's the only way because our government. I love my country. I love America. God bless America. But I cannot stand my government.
There it is. And there it is then. And that's the gospel he's speaking right now. Amen.
So, so definitely, but even with your health, it's gonna have to come. You got it. You can't just let somebody, go on over there to the doctor. Just let them. I'll
Do
tell you this, and
not.
we got to go. I had a doctor when I was living in Orlando by UCF. I worked at University of Florida, and I swear to God, I said one of these days I was gonna see this guy on TV for pill. That was when the pill passing thing was going. Because every time I went to the doctor, he just said, "Oh, he wouldn't even write a prescription. He would just give me samples. Try this, try that.
And there it is.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I would leave out of there with a bag of stuff, and I'm like, you don't write prescriptions, no, because he was on the tape.
Of course, he's on the tape.
And my toenail was disfigured because I busted my toe, and so he wanted to give me something to fix my toenail. He said, but it may mess up your liver. Oh well, you know what? We'll just he gave me strap. I said, no, I'll do the bad toe instead of I won't trade my toe for my liver. Okay. It's bad. It's bad. So you got to really start doing your own research. Let's see. We got. You said wasn't written in the main cause of schizophrenia after the age of 26. I don't know, but I read that Adderall is almost the same as methamphetamines. It's just one small different.
Yeah. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. And
wow.
They had on 2020, nope, was it 48 hours, this kid was on one of those Accutane, and he saw it written up somewhere and decided he wanted to see what homicide was all about. So he went ahead and shot his two friends, and one actually passed away and one made it.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we got drama. We got drama.
Someone should have worn like a shaman.
They've already got drama.
They've already started.
He's about hit.
What happened?
Members of Congress have the high privilege and distinct honor
so
of
we're going to
presenting
go ahead.
the President of the United States.
What is he?
All right, we're going to stop it.
What was that?
That was the State of the Union about to start. But what happened was Al Green. Remember Al Green the last time he had done something. The old guy from Texas, where he had a sign up something, so they were ripping it out of his hand before he did all. They started yelling. That's before the speech started. He hadn't actually started the speech, so Gonna be some drama tonight. So we're gonna end this for tonight. Thank you all for joining us. For those of you even on the podcast platforms, it's gonna be good tonight. Listen, thanks for leading in. Thanks for thinking with us and not just reacting. Thank you for those who down in the comments. That's what this space is all about: discernment over drama, clarity over chaos. Now, listen, if tonight's podcast has added value to you, make sure you're connected on every platform. You can catch us live normally every Sunday night on YouTube, Rumble, and X Live. And then if you missed the live broadcast, you can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Audible, YouTube Music, and Facebook. I want y'all to subscribe, follow, download, and if you're on Apple or Spotify, leave us a rating and a review. That helps us keep this going. And if you appreciate the insight and the expertise that RN Diva brings to this platform, the information is down there at the bottom of your screen. Please be a blessing to her. We don't do this for the money because there sure ain't no money in it. But
there's no money in it, baby. None whatsoever.
So whatever you give, those of you listen to us, you can do Cash App, $RN Diva01, and on Venmo at RN Diva01. And if you want to be a blessing to Pastor Robert and the RCTV Network, $Rob Carpenter 2 and Venmo at Rob Carpenter 2. Coinbase at Rob Carpenter II and PayPal at Rob Carpenter 2. Listen, we're so glad. Be sure to check out our sponsors down below and join us every week because we don't take your time lightly. We know y'all get ready to go over there to the State of the Union address. So we're grateful you spent it here these last few moments with us. And as we get ready to go, what I'm going to do, we're going to sign off here, and then I'm going to log back on Rumble and X, and I'm going to get some commentary for all the drama tonight at the State of the Union address, brought to you by the 47th President of the United States.
HBIC.
Peace out. Love y'all.